I'm here at a property in Mesa that we've just remodeled, and this property, I'll take a walk through tour, but let me just tell you what the deal with it is. So I bought it for $295,000. It's only 1,100 square feet and it was in rough shape, so more than normal that we would have paid. But the reason I did that is because the seller was willing to finance it for full 30 years, which is rare. And they not only were willing to, they wanted to. Like that's how they wanted to, use their equity, was just to get income for 30 years. And they were offering a lower than market interest rate, so we jumped on that. But since we paid, more than normal for the property, and then we spent $30,000 fixing it up, and now we're trying to sell it with seller financing, so far it is not selling. That's the nature of the market in 2025. It's just been an extreme buyer's market. It's finally kind of bottomed out and heading back up a little bit. Houses have been tough to sell. So in this case, since we have that 30-year financing already in place, it just really opens up the possibilities of what you can do with the house. So if it doesn't sell sometime soon, we'll just rent it out for a few years or maybe forever, either way. But if somebody comes along and wants to buy it, then we prefer to go that way, because that's the hassle-free way, where we're not responsible for repairs and maintenance and that kind of thing. But let's take a look at the house here. Let me see if I can turn this back around. There we go. So black and white is our color scheme. You can see we've got seller will finance signs all over. We didn't do a full remodel because we didn't change out the flooring, but we did most of the other stuff. New light fixtures. There's a new smoke alarm. We're gonna be putting in a new electrical panel, although it's taking a while. Sometimes dealing with the city and getting permits just really slows you down, so you got to budget for that up front. We had a house recently in Phoenix where it took over 3 months to get the electrical panel approved by the city. So that was kind of a nightmare, but as long as you budget for that, it all works out. And then if it doesn't take very long, then you just make more profit. So the kitchen, we did not replace the cabinets. These are the same cabinets, but they were painted white. We did put in the new quartz countertops and the appliances and the cabinet handles. This house is interesting because the laundry room is like right out here, kind of in the open area. And there's a shed behind there. We have new carpet. I think I said light fixtures already, and that doorknob or that doorstop, it looks broken. Now the light switches will be replaced when the electrical panel is replaced, as well as the outlets. You can see these outlets only have 2 prongs, which means the whole house is ungrounded. And that's not necessarily a problem, but it is better to put in ground wires so you can use your modern appliances and things that have a 3rd prong on the cord, the plug, and also just for safety in general, it's better. Here's our master bedroom and our tiny little half bath. So same thing here, we just painted the cabinets, but it looks like we did not replace the countertop in this case. We normally would have. Also, this is the wrong faucet. It's supposed to be brushed nickel, but it's chrome. So this is the first time I've been here since we bought it. and I wouldn't have even come here today except I wanted to make this video. But it's good to do a quality assurance check on things. Alright, I think we saw everything except for this bathroom. Same thing, we didn't replace the countertop and also have that chrome faucet that's not supposed to be that finish. Looks like I'm not sure if we did that tile shower. I'm sure it wasn't that nice before, but that doesn't look like the tile that we usually would have used. So apparently we did, just with a different tile than usual. Alright, let's take a glance and see. Other bedroom looks same as the first one. Let's take a glance in the backyard. So decent sized yard. We're not doing any landscaping, so the buyer will get to do that. Roof's in good shape. We didn't have to do anything to it. The AC, I think we did some repairs, but we didn't have to put a new one. So the bones were pretty good when we got it. We just had to do all the inside cosmetic stuff. But on this particular house, we didn't actually need any investor partner, which is pretty rare because the seller is our investor partner in this case. But normally we would have bought the house for $235 instead of $295 for cash, and we would have gotten that cash from an investor partner, and they would have made money along with us. So if you know anybody that is interested in partnering on these type of real estate deals, please send them our way. We would love to work with some new investor partners, and during this 30-day challenge, I'm looking to find new investor partners and raise at least $1 million on these new deals that we'll do with our new investor partners. So please send them my way, call, text, email, social media, whatever, and we would love to meet with them and then just see if we have something that would be a good fit.